Oh no.
Oh yeah, we had the taxi and come on and all shouting. So I got up. Never mind. Goes me on.
Now, how could? All right.
Go on. What do you want?
I need to sit nearer you, or kneel beside you. You stay there.
Come on, and I'll turn the armchair round.
No. How do we do this? Look, don't you move. I'll do this for you. How about that?
Oh, Dave, do me a favour. I'm thinking about emulsioning this front room walls. I've been looking at it this morning. It looks like I could do. I've already done.
Look, your flat is immaculate.
Oh,
it's really tidy.
Want to see a photo of me and my husband when we was?
Oh, on the mantelpiece.
I was 16,
look at
and
that.
he was 17.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah.
So that's a black and white photo. You're both looking very happy. You're both very dapper.
Oh.
He's got a suit on.
Oh yeah, we were. Well, don't forget,
16
he was a
and
friend
17.
of the Krays. He was the friend of the Krays. He was brought
The
up.
Krays brothers, the infamous Krays brothers.
One lived here. A cousin lived on the fifth. But Charlie was brought up with him in Valence Road. They lived there. He lived here. I got photos of them all at school when they was all at school together.
Really?
Yeah, but of course he got married and moved in with me and my mum and all that. Well, he lost the track of them, but of course he was a professional fighter, and so were they.
So your husband was a boxer, a professional boxer.
And
what was that like, being married to a professional boxer? Because he must have come home a bit cut up some
no,
days.
he wasn't really cut up. He never really got really hurt, Dave. And
Is that because he was good?
Yeah, and then afterwards, when he retired from the boxing, he was a boxing trainer. You know, over the Thomas a Beckett, across the water.
Oh yeah.
And with Henry Cooper and all them.
All the big names.
And we had a box in at the Albert Hall because we used to watch him train his fight, and they had a big fight there. And yes, I've got a lot. I could go. I've got a very good memory, Dave.
Lucky you.
It won't last, Dave.
As long as they're all good memories.
Yeah, somehow.
So the thing is, back in the day,
yeah,
you got older quicker. Like, you grew up quicker. There wasn't the teenage bit. There was just like childhood and then...
No, because the war took a lot away, didn't it, Dave? I mean, Sunday afternoon, when I lived around the streets with the kids, all the street kids, we used to go to Liverpool Street Station. We'll walk up there, a group of, and play in Liverpool Street Station. They had the machine there that you could tap your names out in thing, and then we'd go around where the bombs was and all the debris, and we'd go like hunting, see what we could find. We used to
basically scavenging.
Yeah, we did. We did.
And how? So you're talking about after the Second World War. Did it take a long time for it to all to be rebuilt? Was it like that for years? Was there bomb craters and
we
places
had
to play?
we had the bomb shelters in the street, like all made of concrete. But if you got it, Dave, you couldn't get out. They was useless. We never went in them. We had an Anderson shelter in the garden in the yard.
So those are the little tin shelters which were dug into the ground.
Into the yard. We only had yards, didn't we? We was all poor, weren't we, Dave? Who had anything? No one. But we was happy. They're not happy today here. The kids, I look at these kids, what with them, they're all in their ear holes. There's no family life. They don't play out, do they, Dave? I mean, we used to play out, but they can't play out today, can they? It's wrong, isn't it, really? We never went on holiday. We couldn't afford holiday. But we used to go hot picking.
Hot picking down in Kent?
That's right.
Oh, yes.
My mum used to pick for Guinnesses, the brewery people. My mum used to pick for them.
So that would be like a holiday?
Holiday. We'd go
down to the countryside?
We'd go for about 2 weeks. In September, we would go. But
that must have been something you looked forward to, getting out of town.
Oh, yeah, we did. And
was it hard work?
Well, we couldn't leave. Mum used to get us up like them. I hated picking. I hated it.
Why?
When you used to pull them leaves, the vines down, you'd be smothered in dew and soaking wet, and all your fingers, all that bit.
Listen to
and
you,
don't forget,
city
Dave,
girl.
At the end of the war, when it got a little bit, we came back. I was evacuated in Taunton, Somerset, and we went to an elderly couple. They had a shoe shop. They were very nice. Had our own maid. We was maid. Me and my sister had our maid. Anyway, the lady was taken ill, and we didn't stop there. We come home to London, but I went away a few times, and then I went. Our last one was in Sheffield.
And when you went to these places as a kid, it must have made a big impression. And
Well,
did it make you think differently about here when you came back to here?
I
Do you
wanted to
remember?
come back, Dave.
You wanted to come back?
The kids didn't like us when we arrived there. They didn't like us, Dave.
Didn't like you Londoners?
Didn't
you
like the
you
Londoners and the
Eastenders?
Cockneys. Didn't like us. No, we didn't like them either.
What was the difference between you?
Well, they thought we was rough and poor. We weren't rough, but no, they never liked us. And then I went to a lady with my sister. They never took the three of us. When we used to get there, they used to come to the church and they'd say, because they got the billeting money, didn't they? They used to get a billet. And
So they got paid for having you?
Yeah, they got paid. And they'd pick you out. Oh, I'll take you and you. They always took me and my sister together because we wouldn't be part. They never took my brother. He
Why
had
not?
to go but he went somewhere else. And when my mum did come up to visit us, the lady across the road come over and asked my mum, could she adopt my brother? And I wouldn't mind, he wanted to go. We only had one brother, we was all girls. But he wanted to go, he wanted to live in Sheffield. He thought he was...
He was happy up there?
Yeah, he was happy. Oh, yeah. We had to... When we was at, I think it must have been Wolverton, and funnily enough, he went with his mother.
You're pointing at your husband there on in the mantelpiece.
And he was a good husband. He was 18 and we had Vera. We had Vera. And,
Vera, your daughter?
Yeah, we had Vera. And I only went to work for a little while, Dave. And he said, you ain't going to work. I didn't go to work. I've never been to work. I've never been to work since I was 18.
Because he didn't think it was
and
right,
he
or
said
because you didn't?
we had Vera, and don't forget, my mum lived next door here, next door. Because when they shifted us out of streets, the people who shifted out of the streets, if they wanted to come here to live, got a place here. So my mum lived bang next door with my brother.
Gosh, that's fine for you, but for your husband to have the in-laws next door, that's
yeah, but
quite
he got
something.
on wonderful with my mum.
Oh, well, that's good.
And he got on I got on all right with his mum and dad.
Oh, well, that's great.
Yeah.
Were you lucky then?
Yeah, but my husband was a singer. I've got a record of my husband singing. You
Really?
would not believe it, Dave, that the voice come out. And his mother had a lovely voice. And my other daughter, Lynn, she's got the voice as well. We want to hear her sing. But him, I don't play the record because it upsets me. But I've got it on tape, Dave. We had them all made when Charles died. And all the kids have
And
got
that's
one.
the name of your husband, Charles?
Charles. Oh, yeah. We had good fun.
So when you say he was a boxer and he was a singer, that's kind of like the archetypal idea of what an East End was.
That's right.
You went down the
Of
pub
course.
and you sang in the pubs.
And then he went up to the gym upstairs and trained his fighters, right? He turned professional. He went in the RAF. When we had Vera, we'd been married a little while. He had to go in and do the 2 years, didn't he?
National Service.
Well, I was at home with Vera. Don't forget, I had a lot of help from my mother. A lot of help. And when he come out, because his father worked on the Daily Star, the newspaper. Well, Charles went to work there. It was like father and son. They all got their kids in there. And Charles went there. And I lived in a house with my mum. She lived down with my brother. I lived up there, that way, up Thurston Road. And he come home one day and he said, I'm going to turn professional boxer. I looked at him, I said, no, don't. Well, he did, because it paid for me to stop at home, didn't it? He got paid for being a professional boxer, didn't he?
So why did you say no?
I thought he'd get hurt, but he could well... He was, when he was a schoolboy at school, he was a schoolboy champion of Great Britain.
Wow.
He was clever.
So he was good.
Oh, he was clever. Oh, yeah. And then when he retired, in his 60s, and he come home one day, Dave, and he said to me, this was him, I'm thinking about taking the redundancy, because the Star packed up and he went to work on the Daily Mail.
So hold on, just go back a bit. So he went to work with his dad in the Daily Star, and he was what? He was a journalist. He was in the printing section. What was he doing?
He was only a night worker. First go off, he used to deliver the papers to all the shops.
Yeah.
But he'd done a lot of night work, I don't know what they'd done, stringing, but he had a wonderful life there. They used to go and play. He was at Ludgate Circus. And,
Where the pubs are.
And under the railway, it was part of their, the papers place under there.
Got you.
It was a pleasure for him to go and work. It was.
Oh,
it
lucky him.
He used to go and work in a taxi. Him and his father, when he was single, his dad was a bad one for getting up. He'd go to work in a taxi with his father every morning.
That's unusual.
Oh, well, that's how they was. When I first knew Charles, we was up and at him. My mum was cleaning, I had sisters. When I first knew Charles, and I used to say to him, they never got up in their house till dinner time.
Oh, right. So you kind of looked at them as the posh ones, the ones with the money.
Didn't get up. And his mother, they used to belong to a working man's club. His dad was the entertainment secretary. It was a different life to me. I didn't know that life, you know.
So when you say that you and your mum were up and at 'em, do you mean that you had to get busy to make ends meet?
Yeah, my mum worked. My mum was a case maker. You know, I don't know whether you know what a case maker is.
Is that like a...
It's making cases for all the stuff to go in. It used to be the factory across here where them little houses are. My mum used to work in there. It used to be a wood place.
Oh, interesting.
And that
What, the
place,
place with the big chimney?
there, right across the road here.
Yeah.
But here, that place there downstairs, which is empty, and it's derelict downstairs.
You're pointing at an old factory across the canal, yeah?
It used to be where the logs used to come in.
I've seen photos of logs there, yeah.
Well, they used to start of a morning with the boats. We used to have the horses pull the barges along when I first moved in here. I used to be looking out the window at the big horses.
Because we're on the 7th floor of a block of flats. Outside there's a tree blowing in the wind, but down below is the shining water of a canal.
Yeah, and you've got the pathway, ain't you?
Yeah.
Well, over there, it was a logging place. And of course they start 5 and 6 in the morning. I used to shout at the man up this. I kept the kids away from school. I went round and had a row around Chisnall Road because we weren't getting any sleep.
What, because of the sound of the sawing?
Oh, unloading the logs. And they used to cut them up on a machine in there.
So you went and had a row with them?
Yeah, and then it opened as a brewery. I went after him and all.
What was worth? What was worth?
With the barrels, you know.
Oh, the barrels.
Dropping the beer barrel. Oh, Dave. I think they sorted me out round here. And of course the girls say, even now they go, Mum, do you want to move? I've lived a lifetime here, Dave.
But you've been in this flat for how long?
Lynn was born in 1958. I moved in here, Lynn was a baby.
That's a long time ago. That is a lifetime, like you say.
It is a lifetime.
It's a lifetime. So you lived a couple of streets away.
I lived...
What, in a terrace?
The Crown. It's the Crown.
The Crown pub, yeah.
Yeah, I go up there, continually walking up there, over that bridge.
Yeah.
And Type Street is there.
Got you.
And I lived in Type Street. And I went to school on the Cranbrook estate, but it used to be Bowbrook. I went to Bowbrook School.
So you've lived within basically 500 metres of here.
Never been nowhere else. And I never wanted to go anywhere else. And don't forget, my mum had 7 sisters and 3 brothers, and they were scattered all round here.
Big family.
Big family.
And you've seen a lot of changes.
Oh, a lot.
Both good and bad, no doubt. But you're still here.
Yeah.
Is that to do with loyalty? Is it to do with what
I'm
you know?
an Eastender. I'm proud to be an Eastender, Dave. People say to me, you should do... Ain't it about time you lost that accent? I said, all's off. I say, don't forget, we had the street doors open. It was running everywhere, wasn't it? The kids loved it.
So the whole street doors open. I've heard this before about how, because everyone knew everyone.
That's right.
It was very much a community. It was a different kind of way of living, a different kind of way of being.
Yeah, I mean...
Was it a bit intense? Was it a bit like everyone knew everyone's business?
No, not really. We used to have string on the door. You had a hole in your street door with the string hanging outside. And they used to pull the string and the door used to open and then they come. That's what they used to do, Dave. We never had all this when they opened their doors. I mean, I don't know who lives under here, Dave. Under here. I've lived here all them years, I don't even know them. And I said to a young woman the other week, the lift wasn't, the door wouldn't open for me. And a young woman come down the stairs and she said to me, "Can't you get in?" I said, "Someone pressed the buttons in so I couldn't use to get in." So she went back up the stairs and she come down and she let me in. So, nice young woman. So I said to her, "I've never seen you before." I said, "Just moved in." She said to me, "I've lived here 20 years. I said to her, "You've lived here 20 years? She lives that end, Lord." I said, "I've never seen you." She said, "Where are you?" I said, "Seventh, nearest heaven." I said to her, "No." I said, so she said, "If you want any errands, I'll come and get you." I said, "Thank you very much." I said, "And if you want anything, I'm up there."
That's nice. That's nice. Mind you, I mean, this is a high rise. There's a lot of people in this block.
Oh yeah.
You can't know them all. But you were saying back in the day on the streets you did know them all.
Oh, I did know them all. And don't forget, people used to go. Charles never smoked and he never drank, right?
That's interesting. Why didn't he drink?
No, he didn't drink. No. If he had anything, he'd have a lemonade or something like that. Only because of if he was overweight.
Was it healthy?
Yeah, but it was the fighting as well. If he was, say, went to the weigh-in to be weighed, if he was so much over Dave, he could get that off like that. He had a lot of willpower. He'd go, "Don't worry, I'll have that off." He was in the park train. I used to stand out there and watch him. He used to be lying there. I could see his legs. Don't forget we had the Lido over there, didn't we, Dad?
Oh right, yeah.
Where that car park was the Lido, but it was always bitter cold, the water. Had a restaurant in there and all.
Oh wow.
Oh, it weren't, I don't know why they ever done away with that, Dave. It was a shame. It was a shame for the East End. But I never went to work, you see. They bunged their kids on me, didn't they? And the kids here, they used to love it up here. I had a school in the middle bit. We had all their books and their pencils and they was all sitting on the...
Brilliant.
And one little boy, he was a little Jewish boy, lived lower. And he said, "Vera." So I said, "What's the matter?" So I said, "Can I come and live with you?" I said to him, "I don't think your mum would be very pleased about that." It was a lovely life here, Dave. We had plenty of children here. And I loved and Charlie loved the kids. I always thought he would have liked a son. But he didn't want a son. He wanted the daughters. I had Lynn at home on my own. £10 one she weighed. I had her in the front room.
Blimey.
Yeah, and I went, "Look how little I am." I was up a week later and the midwife come. She caught me cleaning the passage. She looked down the street door. She went to me, "You, up, bed." I thought, "Oh, Christ almighty." I thought, yeah, I had the street door open. She caught me bang to rights, she did. Oh, Dave, I could write. Lynn said to me, "I'll tell you what, Mum, one of these days I'm going to come up here." This is what Lynn, "I'm going to fetch my notebooks. You talk to me, I'll take it down and we'll publish a book." We've had some fun, Dave. We have had some fun. Honestly, we have. Charlie's mum, my mother-in-law, she lived right facing the Kray twins in Balance Road. They're street doors and all that. They used to go into my mother-in-law's to have a cup of tea. They was gentlemen. I didn't see them as gangsters. They was lovely. To me, they was lovely. They used to go in and I can all remember she used to say to Ronnie, "I hear you two's been naughty boys." But they was all friends. We didn't see them like that. They was gentlemen. When they was growing up, Reggie and Ron, he was the one a bit nutty. But out of the two, I used to say to Charlie, "Which one did you like the best?" He said, "I liked Ron." Though he was more, they was both gay, or Ron was, he said he was more gentle. I said, "Well, he didn't grow up gentle, did he? He's never killed someone." But that's how he was. I accepted. They used to come here, sit in the park. I always remember Ron gave my Vera, when we was toddling in the park, he gave her £0.50. And that was a lot of money then, wasn't it? £0.50, 2 and 6. He said, "Hey, I'll buy yourself something." We got on. There ain't that friendliness no more, is there, Dave? What do you want, Dave? Tea?
Yeah, I'll have it just white, no sugar.
No sugar, so Dave. I need my sugar.
All right, give me some sugar. I'll have it your way.
Have it where you want it. Vera bought me this. Dave, a gardener, I'm
This
not.
is a lovely pink rose, which is on your
Yes,
kitchen
come on,
table.
Dave.
So
Come
you've
on.
got a view from the 7th floor way across to Canary Wharf, across the rooftops.
Yeah, go on.
Beautiful, beautiful.
See,
You must sit here sometimes and just look at the view.
I like these windows. And the reason
good.
I like them,
Yeah. Because they can open both ways, sideways or up and down.
I've been up here cleaning all these. They don't do nothing here, they don't. Oh, look, Dave, it's a boat.
Oh, lovely. There's a boat passing on the canal.
Put the table out. You want to have a look? Go on, pull it out. I don't take a notice. 8 mile property.
You're so high that you're looking down on the pigeons as they fly.
Yeah. If you move this table and put a chair there, put your legs out there, you can get sunburn. I thought, it's right, I've looked at it. I thought, but you see, when you've had cancer, they tell you don't sit in the sun.
Why?
Don't know.
Oh, because he got skin cancer.
No,
Was it?
Lynn's got it, and she said she's not got to sit in the sun.
Now you've got
What?
lovely mugs, cups and saucers, which is a rare thing. You don't see that these days much. Everyone has mugs.
Do they? Have a look at them cupboards. I chucked some away the other day. If you want to eat, you can have some. You can have anything.
This is
from
proper.
here,
This is
Dave.
property. This is property.
You can have. You're going to put your own sugar in there.
Thank you very much.
Want a biscuit, Dave?
What you got?
I don't know. Want a chocolate one?
No. That's good. Perfect.
That's what you like. I'm easy, Dave. That's why they like it here. I don't take no notice. Look, you only live once. If you want it and you can afford it, have it.
You can have one too.
Yeah. That's it. Dave, you got sugar? You ain't got you no
All
sugar?
good. I've got my sugar.
No, I have no sugar. Look, you need sugar. It's good for your bones.
Did the doctor tell you that?
I don't go to any doctors. Do me a favour. Just leave, if it don't hurt you, leave it alone.
So we're looking across.
What are you looking?
We're looking south to the Isle of Dogs.
Yeah, that's right.
You've got Canary Wharf there with all its glass
That's
skyscrapers. That came up, I don't know, in the 80s or the 90s, I can't remember which. So that must have made a big difference because before then, you had a view almost to the river from here.
A few years back, a good few years back, there was an explosion over there. Who set off a terrorist bomb? Over in Canary Wharf, part of it.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah. That was the IRA, wasn't it?
I don't know who it was. Anyway, it was one Saturday. And we was in there, I heard that bang, and when we looked out the window, all the smoke was coming up and whatever. So Lynn's got on the phone, she said, Mum, something's happened over your way. Put your coat on and come over here. I said, Lynn, do us a favour. I said to her, do us a favour, Lynn. Oh, God. You know that pigeon? I mean...
The one that we can hear.
Well, they've got a pair. They're after laying making another nest out there. An old nosy next door. She said, you ain't encouraging me, are you? I thought, you mind your own business. Any mess made here, I'll clear it up. It's my mess, I'll clear it up.
It's one of those things that if it becomes part of your life, if it's your pigeons, as it were.
I had one here, Dave. He used to sit on that window ledge. I had one eye. I felt sorry for him. I know it was black.
That sounds like a London pigeon to
I
me.
ain't seen him, no.
They've always got like a missing leg or
missing
dodgy
leg.
eye.
Oh, I got cotton round their ankles. I chased one trying to pick it up with the scissors to cut the cotton off. I couldn't get him.
Oh.
I couldn't get him. And don't forget, Dave, I've had pigeons in here and all. I didn't tell the girls, but I've had one sitting in the front room. I think, out. I go to it, out.
That's cheeky.
It's me, Dave. I've gone a bit soft in the noodle, I think. You go like that, Dave, you know.
You don't seem soft in the noodle to me. You've got all your marbles.
I'll tell you what. Oh, I don't know about that, Dave. I'm getting a bit forgetful. If I'm in this supermarket and anybody's in front of me and they're elderly, ha ha ha, I think, and they go, no, I can't have that. I hear them say, and they push it away. They can't have it because they can't afford it. And I look at the girl and I go, put it on my bill. And I push it and I pay for it. They don't know where it's coming. No.
You've got a big heart.
I know. I had a sister like that. Give her heart away. I had lovely sisters. I had Lillian.
Do you know what? It makes a difference because you get more from giving than you do
I
from
feel
receiving.
good.
Yeah, you feel good from it.
I feel good, Dave.
And you've done a good deed for somebody else.
I feel very good when I help anyone else out. I mean, no one picks me up. I'll very likely pick them up. You know me. Lynn said, Mum, you know what's the matter with you? You're too soft. I said, but I ain't done too bad, have I? I've had a very happy life, Dave. A very happy marriage. Broke my heart. I could have looked after him forever.
What broke your heart when he went?
Broke my heart, Dave. I couldn't cope with him. One night, I used to lock him in while I'd done shopping. Come here. He was all right, you know. So one day I come back.
Why did you lock him in? Because he might wander.
He
might wander off.
He did wander, Dave. So, and to see him go like that, such a strong young man, told the wonderful father, wonderful grandfather. Anyway, he wanted his mother, loved his mother, absolutely adored his mother, wanted to go to Balance Road. Well, they didn't live there no more because they'd moved to Hackney. Anyway, one night he said, I'm going to sit. I started to lock the door when I went to bed. He said, where's the keys then? So I said, what do you want the keys for? I've got to tread careful, Dave, with a dementia person. They can turn on a tanner. So he said, want the keys? So I said, I haven't got the keys. I said to him, Lynn's got them. I don't know what to say to him. So anyway, he said, I want to go and see my mum. So I said, So anyway, we did have a bit of a tussle. He got the keys off of me, Dave. He got the keys. We went on the landing. It was pouring rain, freezing cold. I was standing here just with a pair of slippers on, no coat, no nothing. He got to the lift, and he's going to go in the lift. Come, Charles, come back. Let me get my coat. Wouldn't have that, Dave. Would not have it. Got the lift door open. In he gets. Well, I flew in here to get my street door keys because I'm going to chase him, and I must still not dressed, not good. So I run down the stairs. When I gets to the 3rd floor, he's up the wall. Frightened. He was frightened. So I said, come on. I said to him, no, I'm going to see me mother. I said, all right then. I thought, what am I going to do? So down we goes. He's got me by the hand.
So at this point, he's happy to have you with him, and he's like, right, we're going together.
Goes across the road, pouring down the road, all in the traffic, and then all in the traffic, Dave. Gets to the church. I nearly went under a bus. The two of us nearly went under a bus, Dave. Don't know how we saved ourselves. Gets over to the bus stop. He knew the bus stop would take him up Bethnal Green Road. Anyway, he kept saying, going to get on the bus. Well, I didn't have no money, Dave. Soaking wet I was. He had a coat on. He took his coat off and gave me his coat, and he was wet. Even though he was like that, he gave me his coat. He was lovely. Anyway, I didn't know what to do. I said, no, that bus ain't going where your mum lives. Anyway, I stopped a young fella, and I said, excuse me, I said, do you reckon my husband's not very well? Do you reckon you could help me? Well, he tried to ring Lynn and Vera, couldn't get through to them. They was talking to one another. Anyway, he called the police. And the police come, they were very nice. We come here, I made them all cups of tea, and we sat and had a cup of tea and a bit of cake or whatever. But that was one time. Then another time, I was so tired one afternoon, he must have got up in his slippers, walked over Jongleurs, got on a bus on his own. They let him on the bus, David. He had no money. They didn't say to him, where's your ticket or whatever. And I lost him for quite a few hours. Vera was looking for him.
That must have been frightening for you.
Anyway,
because he's gone.
They found him and he was in the police station.
Oh.
They took him in the police station. And then we really knew he'd have to go away, Dave. For one thing, I couldn't cope with him, Dave.
Yeah. Do these memories of the later years, do they overlay the earlier happy memories, the many more memories you've got from the rest of your happily married life? Or is it just a little layer at the end where things were not so easy?
What it was, Dave, is when he went to that place, I'd say it was basic. So Charles went in a care home. I didn't like it. I was there every afternoon, come rain or shine. I used to go to Bonner Street, on the square, cut round the back doubles. He went in Bancroft Road, then he weren't well, they took him to the London. It was another, and then
the Royal London Hospital.
Took him in there, and then he went back. But they wanted to put him at Tower Hill in a place. Anyway, Lynn, how do you expect my mother her age to go to Tower Hill to visit him?
Yeah.
He's not going there.
Yeah.
She would not have it.
So it's important that he was close to you physically, so you could visit.
Yeah. But I went Christmas afternoon, Dave, and when I went in there, all of them silly hats on, Christmas party. I went straight in, Dave, no joke. I got that hat. I can see myself. I said, "Take that off. You're not having that on. You're not a silly man," I said to him. And then he started to say to me, "How long have I got to stop here?" See, they have them flicking moments of
like being lucid and knowing what's what.
How much longer have I got to stop here? I said, "Well, your tablets are doing you good." Lied to him, madam. Lied to him, couldn't tell you. And I don't know, Dave, he went downhill. He just went downhill. But of course, don't forget, Charles was very handy with his hand. If you touched him in the wrong way, as much as the boxer in him was there.
He had the reflexes.
Get off. I had to be careful. When they used to tell me, I said, "That's not him. He wouldn't do that." Of course he did do it, didn't he, Dave? So I couldn't get him out. They kept him in there under the Mental Health Act. I couldn't get him out. And I didn't want him out, Dave. I couldn't cope with him here, Dave. I couldn't cope with the washing. I couldn't cope with worrying, wandering around of a night. I wasn't well in myself. They wear you out, Dave. Dave. I don't wish that on anybody. I said to Lynn, "Don't think you're going to shove me anywhere. I'd rather take a fucking couple of tablets, thanks."
When you think of your husband, Charles, in the good times, what's the image that comes to your mind?
Well, I know you'll think it's funny, Dave. And we still laugh about it now. We were at the caravan site. Lynn and I, we'd been round to the shop and Charles was wandering behind us. He was fine. There was nothing wrong with him. And we had to cross this ditch. So I jumps over the ditch. Lynn jumps over the ditch. Clever boy Charles missed the ditch, went in the ditch. And we laughed today. He bounced in that ditch. He bounced up with no shoes on. We never found the shoes, Dave. We had to drag him out. I said, "Oh, clever balls, ain't you?" I said to him. I can see. I laid on that grass, Dave. I laughed my head off.
That memory is precious because you were all just giggling and laughing and happy.
We laughed all the time. When Lynn and her friends, who they're friends now, they're young mothers, grandmothers, they love coming up here of a Saturday. It used to be, come up to Lynn's nan's. They used to go down the Roman to the pie shop, the four of them, come up here. And Lynn had a friend. He was a hairdresser in the West End. And she was Guy. Not Guy, that was her name, Guy. And she was married to Jim. He used to come here every few weeks and cut all the girls' hair. It was like hairdressers in here.
Amazing. In your flat?
Yeah. And I'd make a bread pudding, or I would cook a bit of boiled bacon, the bacon sandwich. They loved it, absolutely loved it. It was a Saturday, and they loved my mother next door. It was like, let's go and see Nan, like. And them girls haven't altered. They still want to come here. She's got three of them. It's 3 Susans. There's 3 and Lynn. 3 Susans and Lynn.
And all family is central. Family is everything.
Family is central.
All of your stories revolve around your daughters, revolve around your family. It's absolutely. Kind of like it's
wasn't
front
outsiders.
and centre.
It wasn't outsiders. I was very motherly at 18. I was very motherly. I mean, when I was 19, and I had a daughter, two. She was my friend. She was my little friend. If you should see the piles of photos I've got, and well, everybody liked it here. I think it's one of the reasons I kept here, Dave, because we've had happy times here, Dave. We've had some fun here, I tell you. And I remember the word, Dave, I remember the war breaking out. As little as I was, it was a summer's day, and it was the 3rd, Marlene was born 3rd of September, war broke out the 3rd of September, and I can remember us standing in the street, because I lived in Tart Street, watching them fighting the Nazis, you know, the aeroplanes, when they had them dogfights. We used to stand there, never realised we could have got killed. It was all in the street, just like standing there.
So it's just like, as a kid, it was looking at the sky and it was entertaining.
And then we collected the shrapnel, didn't you? What sort of shape have you got? We was like a load of dealers, we was. What sort have you got then? I'll give you them 2 if you give me that big bit. Oh, Dave.
That's what kids do.
Oh, I love the kids. I love the kids. I've got a very good memory of the war. I have. I can think of all them things. All of them. When that doodlebug hit the bell tower over there, they thought it did hit the school, but it didn't.
Oh, it hit the school?
It hit the bell tower. And my sister come on the bridge. She was at home from Tart Street. She was on the bridge coming because she thought we'd all got killed. And she come to collect us. People did get killed. If someone didn't turn up for school next day, you think, where's that one gone? And they say, oh, she died last night. We got used to it, you know? How about the tube? Disaster day?
The one in Bethnal Green?
Oh, God. My sister Helen was a bundle of nerves. She was one of those, got to get down there, crack of dawn before the... And we used to go down the tube. I slept on the runners under the tube, and under the tunnel, with all the bleeding rats and all that business. And we slept under there, only because of her. Because, anyway, one day, she took me down there with my brother. My mum didn't turn up. My mum had pneumonia. And they didn't turn up. So we slept there all night long, the 3 of us. And when we come out in the morning, I can see it now, the sun was shining, the street was smothered in glass. You know when it's all glittering? And we walked home to Tart Street, to them. My mum had pneumonia. My cousin Billy, the RAF fella, even my sister dragged my mum. They took her up under the bridges, up the Old Falls Road. The 3 of them got drunk on a bottle of whiskey, lying under there to keep out of the bombs when the bombs was falling. I reckon there's some in this canal, Dave. Some unexploded something. We used to watch them come down. Oh, it's a joke, Dave.
You mentioned earlier on that nobody had anything, and you had to sort of get on with it.
That's right.
Was there a feeling that everyone was like equal back in the day?
Yeah, people was very open with one another. You know, if they got a grievance, don't take it indoors. You'd stand on the step and tell people, you know. And a lot of things was. A lot of the men would have a drink Sunday morning, you know. I mean, I can remember when they used to have the coaches pull up at the some of the pubs, and the men would go on a day's outing with the men only, and the kids would congregated round that pub because the men threw all the coppers at them, didn't they? You know. And then I remember a place round where I lived. It used to be a baker's. Well, it was a baker's. Christmas Day, if the man and the wife wanted to go in the pub and have a drink with her husband, but she couldn't because she was going to cook the Christmas dinner, weren't she? But what you done was, you gave your Christmas dinner to the bakers, they put it in their ovens for you, and you went and collected it, so you had your Christmas dinner cooked for a couple of coppers, you know, they cook your Christmas dinner. It was a nice way of going on. You know what I mean? It was nice. And people used to say, if you never know, oh, that's all right. It used to be, you know, and I've got that habit. That's all right. Don't worry about it. It's come to me as well. I don't worry about money, Dave. I don't worry about it. Because I know I've got good kids and I know what I want, what I've had. But then I've been good to them. Charlie was good to them. I don't like that when people say, that's my husband's money, and that's mine. I never had that, Dave. Charlie used to earn the money. He earned it, I spent it, and that's how it was. And it's a nice way. I know it's not everybody's way, And I know I've had a struggle. We've all had a struggle. I mean, my sister used to come over here. I used to say to her, I'm going to buy a new bit of carpet for her. And she'd go, Ivy, I'll have that bit. I said, all right, roll it up, take it home. You know, we would give one another, you know. We were just family, that's how it was, you know. It was a nice way of going on.